Oakley made similar comments in an interview posted on Instagram account of a New York restaurant early Friday morning. He says, quote, "I'm a Knicks fan. I played here for 10 years. I love the Knicks. I love New York," he said. "I wish them all the luck and success on the basketball court. I don't know why I'm not welcome in the Garden." All right. So a couple of things I need to say first before I even get into the nuts and bolts of what I think about this. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. You can also call the show. I don't know if I mentioned this. You can also call the show at 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. So I watched this game live while it was happening last night. And the air about this whole incident, man, really kind of felt like the brawl at the Palace at Auburn Hills between the Pistons and the Pacers back in the day. That's the first thing that kind of came to my mind. But in watching this, and watching this whole thing transpire, and you saw, Nick, that like the camera people did an excellent job. Like, they were on this thing real quick. So you saw it at the onset where it was about to go down. And you saw Charles Oakley stand up, and you see one guy, and he's having heated conversation, and then there's more guys, and there's more guys. That's what they always do. The police always call backup. They always call backup. I mean, it's one man. Why you got to have 15, 11 cops there? Well, anyway, so they're talking and they're going back and forth. And I swear before God, I'm sitting on the edge of my seat. The wife's on the sofa right next to me. And I swear before God, I was standing up. I stood up and I held my hands up. And I was just waiting. I was waiting for Charles Oakley to backhand slap the shit out of somebody. I was waiting for him to backhand slap somebody because Charles Oakley has that reputation. Charles Oakley, ask Chucky Brown, ask a lot of NBA players, has backhand slapped the shit out of a lot of people in his life. So I was waiting on it, and I was hoping that he would do it, that I would get to witness Charles Oakley backhand slap somebody. And he didn't do it, but he power mushed the guy in the head, and he pushed a couple of guys. And I've read a couple of stories today where they're saying that the charges against him are like assault or whatever, and that he punched a couple of people. He didn't punch anybody. Everybody saw that. The man didn't punch anybody. Now, he pushed a couple of dudes hard. He did power mush a guy on the top of his head. He did do that. There's probably some blame to go both ways. I tend to believe Charles Oakley because the New York Knicks are a dysfunctional organization. Like, why would Charles Oakley come out in public? He's not crazy. He's not like Donald Trump or anything like that. He got good sense. Why would Charles Oakley come out there and berate James Dolan, the owner of the New York Knicks, knowing that he would get thrown out? He says that he didn't do it. I saw a couple of little stories this morning saying that he said nothing out of the way of a disgruntled fan, which there are a lot of disgruntled fans in Madison Square Garden because the Knicks absolutely suck. They suck. So what's the problem? What's the problem? That was so unnecessary. And here's a question that I ask, and I haven't heard a lot of people really even talk about this. Why is Charles Oakley, NBA legend, Madison Square Garden, New York Knicks legend, 10 years for the New York Knicks, I believe they said the number was. Why is Charles Oakley buying a ticket to a Knicks game? Very disrespectful. And everything that the New York Knicks get, they got it coming to them. The fact that they are just a train wreck of an organization right now, the fact that the owner doesn't know what the hell he's doing, the fact that the owner conned y'all out of a big-ass contract and you're paying him all of this money and you don't want him anymore, the fact that the fact that the GM, and talking about Phil Jackson, the fact that Phil Jackson is getting this big-ass paycheck from the Knicks and he ain't doing a damn thing. He always talk about he in New York supporting the team and he be in El Segundo. Phil don't even be in New York. Phil don't even be in New York. Phil be in El Segundo, man, or Chino Hills or something like that. The fact that your team sucks, you brought in all of these free agents, and you ain't do a damn thing, and now add on top of this, one of your legends in relative terms, Charles Oakley was an enforcer for Patrick Ewing where they had a couple of decent years. Nothing like the Lakers or anything like that. But in relative terms, Charles Oakley's one of your legends. And this is how you treat him? You embarrass Charles Oakley on national TV? I bet you Laker greats don't have to play for no damn tickets. I bet you Kareem don't have to pay for no damn tickets to see the Lakers play. I bet you Sadeo Threet don't pay for no tickets to see the Lakers play. What the flock? So I'm just going to say this, and I'm going to sum it up like this, man. You know I'm a New York Knicks hater. For good reason. They get all of this love and, the mecca of basketball, New York City. They ain't won a championship in 40 years. So let me just say this. Last night, it was very unfortunate. It was very tension-filled. But last night, what Charles Oakley did was brought great joy to me and basketball fans all over the world. Free Oak! Free Oak! Free Oak! That was embarrassing. They know good and well they didn't have to do Oak like that. And not only that, the staff there, they probably been there for a minute. They know Charles Oakley got a short fuse. They know that if they come at Charles Oakley in an aggressive manner like that, there's a very high likelihood that he's going to backhand slap somebody. They set him up. They set that man up. And now they're going to make all these accusations about he did this and he did that, and he was threatening, and he was belligerent and this, that, and the other. Y'all know Charles Oakley got a short fuse. Once again, the great Chucky Brown talked about how he saw him slap the shit out of Charles Barkley. Look up the story. This story just came out a couple of weeks, maybe a couple months ago. Chucky Brown, former NBA player, told a story about how they were at a union meeting or something like that with the players. Charles Barkley comes strolling down the hall, and whatever they had, some type of outstanding beef, Charles Oakley and Charles Barkley, and Charles Oakley didn't say one word. All he did is lift his hand back and just slap the taste out of Barkley's mouth. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. And before I'd heard that story, before Chucky Brown came out with that story a couple of weeks ago, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, we've been told by many NBA players doing the Two Live Stews back in the day that Oakley, routinely slapped people. Like that was his thing. Like some people kick people in the ass, some people mush people. Oakley's thing was the backhand slap you like he was your mama. So you know how that man rolled. Y'all know how that man roll. Y'all set him up. Oh, man. That was fantastic. I want to hear what y'all got to say about it, man. The Stewies. No, that made my day yesterday, man. I got to be honest with you. That made my day, man. And shame on the New York Knicks. In all seriousness, man. Shame on the New York Knicks. I don't believe Charles Oakley deserved that. Maybe he was belligerent, but once again, every fan in Madison Square Garden has probably been belligerent over the last couple of days and weeks. Think about that. If he is no more belligerent and unruly than any other fan in there, why would you do that? Why would you send out, security like that to inflame the situation even more? Really? Charles Dolan or James Dolan, you're the owner of the team. And I'm being real here. I'm being honest here. In all seriousness. Dolan is the owner of the team. Okay, if you want to try to avert some type of little skirmish, some public just embarrassment like what happened last night, get up and find you another seat. I mean, hell, you own the damn place, right? Just get up and find another seat if it's that bad. Really? Really? You know Oakley got a short temper, man. They set him up. To quote the great Lawrence Taylor when he got popped in Myrtle Beach, I was set up by the man. I really do believe that Charles Oakley was set up by the man. I mean, it was phenomenal, though. I mean, I can't lie about that. You know, we watched a crappy game. We watched a crappy game that ended up being, you know, monumental. Like, you're going to see that video for the rest of your life. You know, oh, man. Oh, it's something else that a lot of people didn't catch either. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. If you watch the video, at the very end where they basically corral him, like the 5 dudes rush him all at one time and just carry him away for the most part. If you watch at the very end, right before they do that, Oakley reaches down, and the dude that he was sitting by, I guess that was one of his boys, Oakley reaches down and tells the dude to hold his watch. Now, I'm kind of speculating, but if you watch, Oakley kind of puts his arm down next to the guy that he was sitting by, and the guy, like, tries to take his watch off. So what that meant is he was really about to get down and start backhand slapping folks. Free Oak! Free Oak! Free Oak! Free Oak! This is a loose cannon, man. That's what they used to call him back in Moncks Corner, a loose cannon. Charles Oakley is a loose cannon. Wow. He's a loose cannon. Oh, man. And for young people that don't remember Charles Oakley, like Charles Oakley was, damn, I was about to say Rick Mahorn. That's another old guy. I'm trying to think of who today their game is kind of like Charles Oakley. So Charles Oakley, Rick Mahorn, Ben Wallace, they were all the same type of player. Like they had, when the NBA was much rougher and tougher, you know, they had kind of like hockey does. They had enforcers. And pretty much their job was to get like tough baskets around the basketball, around the basket, you know, play tough defense and protect the star player. Like we can't lose the star player to a fight or something crazy like that. So if something happens, well, they used to fight a lot more back in the day in the NBA too. If something happens, then I'm going to step up and I'm going to take this fight for you. I'm going to take this charge. You know, I'm going to take this charge. Kind of like Marcus Vick should have did for Mike Vick, take his charge. That's what Charles Oakley used to do for Patrick Ewing, take his charge. And he was a good player for a long time. And very disrespectful, man. Very disrespectful. All right. Listen, when we get back from the break, I know y'all want to talk about it, man. I'm going to read a lot of y'all chat messages. You can call the show, 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. What are your thoughts? Back in 3 minutes, The Doug Stewart Show.
Life is what we make it, make it, make it, make it. Life is what we make it, make it, make it, make it. Life is what we make it, make it, make it. Life is what you make it, make it. Life is what. So many people try to get up out the game. I'm pretty sure they stop if they stop shipping things. See why the boys flex, just like girls trip. I knew they had a plan to make us wanna deal. That's why some drop out school, that's why some play the fool. So they could hit the streets, so they could see the truth. The truth was in our heart, the truth we never read. The truth was never said, the truth was never dead. The truth was that I'm real, and we would never fade. Said that no need to hate, go ahead, congratulate. See, God is on my side, and God is with our people. This ain't no another sequel, cause we were never equal. And let me tell y'all that I'm not in this game for the fortune of fame. I just try to maintain because we want a meal. Who said we had to kill? I know there's more to life than just keep paying bills.